Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to English News coming to you from DJAZAIR and TV. I'm your host, Zahida Al-Hadi. To the headlines. The Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research and instruction to extend the deadlines for university transfer to this date. The United Nations is satisfied with the reforms improved by the 2020 Constitution in the field of freedoms. Chinese expert Beijing is still interested in the Algerian joining the BRICS. The President and the General Manager of Sonagas holds a working session with Nijla company officials. The President of the Republic, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, receives directors and officials of the same national media outlets. Recruitment competition at the Ministry of Justice. Welcome to details. The Minister of the Higher Education and Scientific Research ordered the extension of the deadlines for the university transfer until October 10, where it takes place exclusively at the digital platform. The instruction of the Ministry of the Higher Education and Scientific Research came during this meeting with the university organization official, where the National Organization for Free Students raised this concern in order to give students an opportunity to transfer given to expiration to the specified deadlines. During the meeting, the chief official of the higher education sector instructs in the director of training and the official of change of the digitization center to extend the deadline for internal and external transfer for the benefit of university students. The President of the National Council of the Human Rights, Abdelmajid Zaalani, said this Sunday that the UN reporter, the Tologos Clement Volu, who recently visited Algeria, praised the reform improved by the 2020 Constitution in the field of freedom of peaceful assembly and association, to the point that he called it the Constitution of Hope. When he appeared as guest on the Algerian radio program, Zaalani added, Algeria has achieved a qualitative leap in the field of freedom of a peaceful assembly and association, as acknowledged by Niel Sossi, who visited Algeria during the period from the 16th to the 26th for last September. He continued the visit, which took place in the response to the invitation of the Algerian government, was an opportunity for the UN reporter to closely examine and evaluate what is related for freedom of a peaceful assembly and association and what is related to the human rights system in Algeria, including the legal framework related to these rights and the challenges and opportunities to protect them. And he stressed said that the visit of the UN reporter allowed him to change his view of Algeria. He added during his 10-day visit he met with the members of a government and officials of constitutional bodies, as well as representatives of the civil society. And he also received all the facilities that allowed him to carry out his work in the good conditions. Zaalani explained the visit of the UN reporter had two goals. The first, to closely examine the human rights situation in the Algeria, and the second, to determine the extent of the success of the existing reformed aim by confirming the legislation in efforts of the Algeria with the 2020 constitutions. Chinese academic Zhong Kong said this country is still interested in having friendly countries with a large economics join the BRICS group, and he named Algeria and Indonesia. The Chinese expert, who holds the position of Vice President of Strategic Affairs at the University of Business and Economics in China, added in statement to the Russian test agency and the sidelines of an academic meeting in Sochi. Answering a question about the possibilities of the second wave of BRICS expenses, he said that the current members should take a close look at large economies such as Indonesia and Algeria. Zhong Kong explained, saying, if we talk about the countries that are most likely to join the group, they will be large economic such as Indonesia and Algeria, but this talk is still premature. The expert also continued that China prefers the enjoying friendly countries with a strong economic, adding that Beijing may be also interested in Latin American countries. At the last summit of the group last August, the BRICS countries invited 6 other countries to join its study in 2024. These concern Argentina, Egypt, Iran, the Emirates and Saudi Arabia and Ethiopia, while the Algerian request was bypassed for reasons that were not officially relieved at a time when Algeria announced about its contribution to one of the group's branches, BRICS Bank, an amount of $1.5 billion US. Algeria had submitted an official application to join the BRICS Bank, which today includes 5 of the most powerful emerging economies in the world, led by China and Russia after Algeria announced a month ago for join the bloc, which would enhance economic and political cooperation between these countries, including it contributing to advancing joint economic development, especially in light of the growth of the international blocs and alliances today. BRICS is a prominent global political and economic bloc that included Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa before the recent expansion. This is why it attracts the attention of the many countries outside the European Union in particular. In July 2014, the BRICS Development Bank was established, which adopted a treaty to set up an emergency server for the group of the $200 billion. On Monday, the Ministry of Justice announced in a statement a broad recruitment competition which included hiring 58 bachelor degree as well as employing 203 police officers who hold baccalaureate degree. The competition will also see the recruitment of the 331 assistant policy officers with a third-year secondary level with a degree in the computer science or official work, in addition to the recruitment of the 62 police assistants with a third-year secondary level according to the same statement. The Ministry of Justice explained that nominations files are sent or deposited with judicial authorities concerned with the competition within a maximum period for 15 working days starting from the date of the first publication of this announcement. On Monday, at the headquarters of the General Directorate of SONATRAC, the Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohamed Argab, supervised the inauguration ceremony of the new President and the Director General of SONATRAC, Mr. Rashid Harshishi, succeeding Mr. Tawfiq Hakkar in the Presidence of Executives from the Ministry. In a speech he delivered on this occasion, the Minister of Energy and Mines congratulated Mr. Harshishi for the confidence placed in his person to assume this position and the pride and the competence as advanced by this rich professional path in the field of the hydrocarbons and the level of SONATRAC company, which he previously had in the recent year. The minister thanked Tawfiq Hakkar for the efforts he made at the helm of the SONATRAC, where he enhanced in the competence to feel the experience to be at the level of trust placed in his person, and wished him all the best, stressing at the same time that this change at the heat of the most important national instructions came to a new breath for the company and a light for the coming challenges. Rashid Harshishi, the new president and the director general of SONATRAC, expressed his thanks and congratulated the President Tebboune for the trust he placed in him during his speech during ceremony of assignment position. Harshishi shares his commitment to making a great effort to achieve the company's goals and meet the country's fuel needs, with a focus in equipment exports. He touched on the main aspect that he will work and achieve these goals, such as enhancing exploration activities to compete for consumption and updating stocks and development means of transforming fuels via pipelines and ships. In addition to enhancing marketing efforts, at the end of the speech, Harshishi appealed to all employees of the company to cooperate and come together in order to achieve these important strategic goals. Within the framework of activating the Memorandum of Understanding that was signed between Sonatrach and the Niger Electricity Company, NEJLEC, was signed on September 28, 2021, the President and General Director of the Sonatrach Complex yesterday, Tuesday, held a working session via teleconference technology with the General Director of NEJLEC Company and the General Secretary of the same company. The meeting, which was also attended by several Sonalgas drivers, discussed ways to support electricity production capabilities in Niger, given the expertise as Sonalgas pose in the field. This meeting is part of the series of the meetings organized by the company with the similar companies to develop relations at the country level. The Minister of the Republic, Mr. Abdelmajid Tebboune, received the directors and officials of some national media outlets, where he listened to the professional and the social concern of the media family, noting the prominent role played by the press in defending their national interests. The meeting was an opportunity during which the President was briefed the proposals of the journalist professional to improve its performance in order to contribute effectively to the national efforts being made in all fields and sectors. The meeting also discussed in depth various national issues directly related to citizens' concern, including regional and international issues. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the news. Thanks for your attention.